Uh, Profile is another concept through which we can control certain attributes of a user. Just like role is granted to a user, and because of the role certain things are granted to a user and all that stuff. Similarly, profile is another concept, and through a profile certain attributes are granted to a user, or they are either revoked from a user. Now I am not saying privileges, I am saying attributes. Okay, so don't mix privileges and attributes here. So what are those attributes? Attributes related to user. Those are very simple attributes. One is sessions per user. This is an attribute of a user. What does it mean? It means that you can log into the database. You are a user called as Shekhar. You can log into a database multiple times. One through this window, another through this window, another through this window. You can log in 100 times. But I don't want you to log in 100 times. I want you to have only 3 windows at a time open. So I'm going to say sessions per user. I'm going to set for you is 3. Once I do this thing, you can log into 3 different windows using SQL Plus, log into the database. The moment you go with the 4th session, you will not be able to do it. You may have to disconnect from the first one, then you will be able to log into the 3rd one. So this is one of the attributes of a user. This can be controlled by what is called as a profile. So what are those certain attributes? There are quite a few of them. I'm just going to list some important ones. Then there is a idle time. Idle time. This is in minutes. So if I say idle time is equal to 120, then if the user has logged into a database through SQL Plus and he has gone on a coffee break and he comes back after 2 hours, he will realize that his connection has been disconnected. His session has been disconnected automatically. Session expired. So that is because of this thing. So if you want people to not keep their sessions idle, because the moment the session is idle, there is a lot of memory resource which is consumed heavily, and that's why this can be set. So this is one of the important things that usually set. Then a lot of things related to password. As you can see, these are not privileges. These are certain other attributes. What are the password related things? I can specify that the password will expire within certain time. Okay, there are quite a few password related things, and I need to. Okay, failed login attempt. If I set this to like 4, if I set this failed login attempt to 4, what is going to happen? It is the maximum number of consecutive invalid login. It is a consecutive invalid login and not total number of invalid. So that means I log in first time, then my password is incorrect. I tried login one more time, immediately after that, again fails. 3rd time, 4th time, because this is set to 4 now, my account will be locked automatically. How would you unlock it now? You have to go and say alter user Shekhar account unlock. So account will be automatically locked if you try consecutively with the wrong password 4 times. This will happen, you probably have seen this thing in the banking organization, that you log in with the incorrect password 3 times, your account is going to be locked. You will have to call them and unlock them. Another thing is, you log in into account with the incorrect password. I mean, you don't log in, you use the incorrect password, then 4th time you use the correct password, and then the 5th time you use the incorrect password, then this is not counted as 4. This has to be consecutive. So that is the failed login attempt. That is one important thing. There is, as I said, password. Okay, B is password lock time. This is password lock time. This is in days actually, maybe 2 days. So some things are in minutes, some things are in days, some things are just in numbers. So you have to know what is what. So password lock time is is 2 days here in this case. So failed login attempts is 4. So if you log into your database, or if you try to log into your database with the incorrect password consecutively 4 times, your account is going to be locked, and it will remain locked for 2 days, and after 2 days it will be automatically unlocked. If you want to unlock it before 2 days, you have to call them up, and unlock command has to be done. So this is password lock time.
This 2 is in the days.
This is in days, and this is the count. This is not in days. This is the consecutive count.
So you can't change it in some hour or something like
This one, no, this is not in hours. No, this is in days. This is in minutes, by the way. So they have designed it that way. So these are certain password related things, grace password, when you can force a user to change the password, all those things are there. I think these two are kind of important from my angle. You will have to make sure that usually many organizations will implement failed login attempts. Many organizations will implement this, many organizations will implement this. So these are certain important things. And then there is one more thing, which is the password verify function. Let me come to that. Okay. I need to see. Password verify function. C is PASSWORD. Verify and function. This is the attribute there. And what is the meaning of this? This means password verify function could be equal to FUNC1. What is this FUNC1? FUNC1 means it is the name of the function. Function is a PLSQL program. So it is a PLSQL program that has been written by somebody which will accept your current password, which will accept your new password, and it will do some checks. Checks based on what? Checks based on the code that you have written inside that PLSQL program. The program may check that your password length should be at least 8 characters, that your password should not contain your name. Some rules that are implemented inside that PLSQL program, that name of the program is func1 in my case, and that is assigned to this attribute called as password verify function. When you assign this thing, then anytime you change the password, it will go through those checks and balances. Is your password more than 8 characters? Is your password containing your name and all that? Depending on that, the password will be either accepted or it will be rejected. So this is where, this program is very complicated to write. So we should not be kind of spending our time writing this program. Oracle has already written a program for us. We should just know how to compile it and how to associate that with this. So that is what I will show you. So this is the concept of a profile. Through a profile you can control certain attributes of a user. And first, how do you do it? These are those attributes. Okay. How do you do it? First thing is you create a profile. How do you create a profile? Using the command create profile. So I'm going to show you a command called as create profile. Name of the profile may be prof1, whatever name you want to give. So create profile, and then you are going to give those attributes like sessions per user 5. Then you are going to say connect, or let us say idle time, IDLE time 120, and then you are going to say password verify function and func1, and this is the profile that you have created now. The name of the profile is prof1. So once the profile is created, obviously the information of this profile will be in DBA_profiles. Okay, you can find out all this information in DBA_profiles, what profiles have been created so far and what are their values, all that stuff. Second step is to assign this profile to a user. The moment you assign the profile prof1 to a user, all these attributes are now applicable to that user. That means that user cannot have more than 5 concurrent sessions. That user cannot be idle for more than 120 minutes and so on. So how do you do it? You use that alter user command. Alter user, let us say u1. Alter user u1. Profile prof1. Profile prof1. So once this is done, our job is done. From this point onward, anytime user u1 logs in, his idle time is set to 120. He will not be able to connect more than 5 times with at the same time. All those things, and you can have as many attributes as you can. What about this func1? Func1 has to be first created and compiled. Then only you can create the profile. Now you have to create the function 1, the func1, and I will give you the name of the file that Oracle has given us. See, I mentioned $Oracle Home. What is $Oracle Home? It is a variable in which will tell us where the Oracle software is installed. So the directory in which the Oracle software is installed, underneath that directory there is another directory called as RDBMS. Underneath that there is a directory called as admin. And then underneath that, since I don't have space over there, I will write it down here. Underneath that there is a UTL PWD password mg management.sql. This is a simple text file which contains the PLSQL program, the function, which actually we should be able to go and look and compile, and that will be used for our profile. So go and take a look at this code. It is already written by Oracle. If we want to, it may be written in such a way that the length of the password should be 9 characters, and in our organization we want the length of the password to be 10 characters. Then go and change that code there. Hold on. So this is the file which contains that PLSQL code. So that I think that's all about profiles. So what we have done today, I just want to do a little bit of revision, and I think we'll stop today then. We have talked about users, how to create a user, how to alter their passwords, how to lock users, unlock users, how to assign them default profiles, default table space, temporary table space. How do you assign a profile to a user? Now if I ask you, tell me what profile has been assigned to a user, whether it is profile 1 or profile 2, where do you go and find that information? DB underscore users. DB underscore users. Profiles, information about profiles is in DB underscore profiles, but which profile has been assigned to which user, it is in DB underscore users. Okay, I think there are no other views other than what we have discussed here. So that is user administration we have seen. That is topic A. Then we saw privileges. Privileges, in that we saw system and object. And here we saw that with grant option and with admin option, that is something we saw there. We know the difference there now. Then we saw roles. What is the purpose of a role? Just to keep our administration task a little easier. Other than that, there is no function for a role, and therefore Oracle has created certain important roles for us, and you need to remember those roles, DBA, system and all that stuff. If you forget, then you need to remember all the data dictionary views. So all those data dictionary views should be kind of the last thing, data dictionary views related to our roles and users and all that stuff. And one different type of view that we saw was $session. So people will ask you again this question: what is the difference between maybe question would be like this: how do you find out the total number of users who are currently logged in? Then you will go to $session. How many users, tell me the total number of users that have been created in your system. That is DB underscore users. So it's pretty simple, straightforward distinction there. So this is what we have discussed so far, and this is all regarding our security and privileges. One small concept that we have seen is the table space, and we are going to go into the table space concept in much more detail. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. Okay, any questions? Let me see if we are able to solve all those questions or not. So your answer to question number 12 is the profile. Display list of users who are not locked and have been assigned a DBA role. Question number 9. These are all based on our data dictionary views.